What up, fam? Mr. Country CEO, man. Look, happy Monday evening, man. Shoot, down here in South Louisiana. See the ground is a little damp. Got some rain last night. Not too many trucks went out today. Shoot, one actually. Got a few going out tonight. Few went out last night. So we just trying to make it do what it do. I'm coming on here because I know I had somebody ask a question about what are some things you can write off. This is tax season. And I thought I'd bark out a few, and I know a lot of you write out a lot more stuff, perhaps, and want to add to this conversation. You could put other stuff that you've written off in the chat and help us out. And then also, those of you may have had some other videos that you wanted me to make and I forgot about it, go ahead and put that in the chat as well. Let's go. Obviously, you write off, the payment on the truck if you have a truck note. Let's start right there. Obviously, your insurance. So let's just say all expenses dealing with the truck, right? Let's go into that category. So the note, the insurance, that's workman's comp and liability and physical damage. Obviously, your fuel. What's the other? Maintenance on the truck. That means oil changes, tires, anything that you got to spend on that truck, you can write that off. Anything, any expense you got to deal with on that truck. I think everybody probably knows that. If there's a franchise tax or something that your state does, you can write that off. The money that you pay the CPA, you can write that off, right? Whatever the cost of you, if you get monthly bookkeeping, a check paying service, that kind of stuff, you can write all that off. A lot of people don't. I used to do it religiously when I was driving the truck every day. A lot of guys still don't know that they can write this off. But see, your meals during the day while you're at work, you can write that off, right? And man, look, high as breakfast and lunch is these days, you could potentially be writing off $20 a day, $25 a day, depending on how much y'all eat, right? And you multiply that time, just say $25 a day you spending eating, times 5 is 125, times 4, that's $500 a month you could be writing off. Time 12 months, that's $6,000 a year, right? So don't overlook when you're spending money on meals during the day. All right. If you want to get real creative with it, you could, when you're in Florida, you and, your wife is on the board of directors and your children are listed as members of your LLC, y'all could have a meeting while y'all in Florida. Now, I don't know what else y'all doing in Florida, but y'all can have a meeting, a board meeting while you're in Florida, which will in effect allow you to be able to write off the whole expenses of the trip that you went to Florida in the first place. That's being creative. Obviously, vehicles that may be in the business name, but you know how y'all doing. Y'all, it's in the business name, but y'all ride in them for personal reasons too. So that means that that vehicle or that pickup truck or that G-Wagon, whatever, because there's only certain vehicles that you can write off, right? But certainly pickup trucks that are used, certain SUVs can be used. If it's in the business name, you can write it off, certainly, obviously. But if it's not in the business name and you're using it, but it's being used for business purposes, you can write off the expenses of it, right? Let me say that one again. If you have a personal vehicle, but it's being used for business expenses, now you may have to, do some mileage, keep your gas receipts, things of that nature, or you can be real creative and if it's your personal vehicle, but it's used for business purposes, how about just draw up a lease from you to the business, and then you could actually charge the business $500 a month to use your personal vehicle for business expenses. That way you can get paid for doing it, but also write off the expenses associated with it, and also maintenance because you're using it in business purposes. Just being a little creative with it. Obviously, the depreciation on the truck helps us, right? An effective CPA knows how to write off depreciate the truck so much amount every year, right? Once he does your books and realize you got a profit of, just say your profit was 250,000, you got about 125,000 depreciation on the truck. He can apply maybe 25,000 depreciation against your profit, which will reduce your profit, which will reduce your taxes, right? So that's one of the things you always want to keep in mind on, is the depreciation of your truck. These are just business expenses. We already understand the stuff that you can do personal, I'm pretty sure. But we're just thinking about business. Obviously, your home office. My CPA, when I had my office in this house, he would just only do so much of the light bill, so much of the, because your office can only account for so much. You can't write off everything because it's in your house, right? But he would do a percentage for my office in the house as it relates to the phone, different stuff like that. So that is something that you can do. All right. Sorry, y'all, got cut off. Though I'm sure there are more, and some of you guys definitely know more that you can write off. Put them in the comments, those that I may have not mentioned. But those are definitely some everyday stuff that I know we use to be able to, to write off taxes. And that's legal, right? We want to make sure we're in good standing with Uncle Sam. We don't want no trouble. I know I don't want no trouble. All right, guys. So I think that's it. Those are some good places to start. And like I say, I'm sure there are more. So I'm not I don't want this. I'm not going to say this is an exhaustive list, but those are just ones right off the top of my head and that I know I've experienced. My bookkeeper does my taxes. So I'm not deep into those things every year trying to figure it out. He does a great job and keeps me out of trouble and, does a great job for me. Video coming up tomorrow, y'all. The last installment of problems that we face with finding and working the dump truck business. Last week, we talked about a game plan for the gatekeepers. We got gatekeepers out here. Feel like it's their responsibility to guard the work, right? And how to have a game plan to get around them. You missed the live Saturday. You need to go see that, because we gave some good game about game planning for them gatekeepers. But stay tuned tomorrow. Set the notifications. The video is already ready to go as we talk about that final installment of why some folks can't find dump truck work. And then obviously we'll follow up Saturday and do the live and talk about it. For those of you still wondering about the coaching program, coming. I just got off a Zoom meeting about it and just about through. I should be making an announcement within the next few days. And if you have some other videos that I might have forgot about you and didn't make the video and you had a question, put that in the comment as well, and I'll try to catch up. In between time, y'all be good. Country CEO, we out of here. We go.